What he said?
This is Who That Edition. Your favorite host, Trill Quack. And today, got a good friend of mine, Neville Smith, linebacker safety, uh, NFL draft prospect, CFL, UFL prospect from Virginia University, Lynchburg. Let's take it back a little bit to the transition from offense to defense, from wide receiver to linebacker, DN, safety. How did that transition happen, and why did you make that transition?
I made that transition from just my freshman year of college, and I realized that I didn't want to be selfish and I had to understand the game, but just playing offense, and I'm not going to be the guy to always get the ball or to always want to. Like a lot of younger dudes like to do is cry for the ball, and then when I got to transfer, I got to the realization that I can use my size and height and athleticism and lift to be on defense, and that could be a good fit for me because there's not a lot of 6'3", 6'2" lanky receivers. I mean, lanky DBs or linebackers nowadays. And the transition wasn't easy at first, but once I got the rhythm of it and I found love for it and I stuck with it, because on the dark side of the ball is you make your own plays. Realistically, you the one who make the big tackles or the big catches. It's not you checking
Mhm.
somebody and you doing you, and you're not
Right.
crying for the ball. It's for you.
Right, no, for sure, for sure. And how? So that transition was like all by yourself, like no coaches or nothing told you to do that.
Oh yeah, my trainers back, my old trainers, it was like, man, you must have come to the dark side. They were saying that for me for years. It's like you be a talented safety, a talented DB, and
Hmm.
I got that. My coach at Lock Haven was like, "Come play defense. You played a little bit in high school," and I wasn't with it at first.
Right,
And I got to sit down and think, and I was like, maybe I should take a chance at it. And I did it in spring ball, and it turned out I did really good, and I kind of started to like it, and then
right,
I
right.
found love for it.
I feel that for sure, for sure. Now, how can you get to Lock Haven? How was that jump though from being at Bethany to Division 3, jumping to Division 2, a more well known powerhouse type of Division 2 school? How was that jump?
I said the jump it wasn't really, it was easy and hard at the same time because the difference between D2 and D3 is really just the speed of the game and what and the knowledge of it.
Right.
The jump wasn't really that bad. It was pretty smooth on out. It
Hmm.
wasn't really too challenging.
And how was that first year though? That playing DN. How was that there?
Playing D and linebacker style, it was challenging because from a person who don't never play it, but you are strong enough and physical enough to play in any position on the field, it come with being in the trenches come with a lot of injuries and dealing with that every game, going over 300 pounders plus every
Right.
single game with 280 when you 205, 215, and you holding your own. So that's all it is
Right.
for the game.
Right. Right. So how much weight did you put on though? Like from that summer of being a receiver to going to the defense.
I'd probably say when I was receiver, I was probably like 205. So I put on like 10, 15 pounds, but it was just like just muscle. So it wasn't really like it was the weight really didn't really change as much because I was always gonna be 215 regardless, like I am
Right.
now. So
Right. Okay. Okay. So you could do 3 years at Lock Haven. You graduate. How was that though? Getting that degree and walking across that stage. How was that feeling?
it was truly a great accomplishment. I know a lot of people where we from don't really get to take that leap of faith to graduate and stick with school because to be real, to school is not college. It's not easy.
Right. Not
And
for
when
real.
you got the good people around you, it becomes more easy and easier every day. It just and I made a promise to myself and to my mother and my family that I was going to do that. So and I had to stick with it even when it became hard times and not want to do it anymore.
For sure. For sure. For sure. So then, how you graduate there? You get into the portal. How does that decision to go to Lynchburg happen?
The portal was it was hard because I had a lot of schools talking to me around them times, and I had D1 offers, I had D2. Lynchburg was just kind of like the when I first got there to the visit, the coaching style was really what really got me at first. How the
Uh,
coaches was caring, how they would call me every week, every couple days, ask me did I work out, did I eat, do I need this and that, and I didn't get that as much as I did from all the other coaches. I get a phone call here and there. I get a phone call once a week. they check up on me as much, but it wasn't really as it was like how thoughtful it was, and that's why
Right.
I chose VUL at that moment. And the schedule was pretty cool too.
Well, yeah, that was definitely my next question. At VUL, you guys play some top schools though. So how was that? The competition level being
Um,
there.
the competition level, how my teammates would have made it seem like it was hard. I feel like if we can't if we if the from transferring to playing D2s and D3s and D1s, it wasn't a really big transition. Like I said, it's just the speed of the game, and it's about being a man at the end of the day. And a lot of people didn't
Right.
want to take that, but I feel like it was pretty smooth. It was easier. Once you study what you're doing and know what your assignment is in the field, the games become easier and easier more and more. But it's all
Right.
about your teammates who go through it.
Right. No, for sure. So beginning of that season, like well, this season, you was more playing safety. Then towards the end of the season, you played more linebacker.
Yeah.
What was that? Why was that transition, or how did that happen?
Why it's transitioning is because when I was playing safety, we couldn't cut we couldn't cover as much, and we could and our linebackers couldn't tackle.
Okay.
So and it got to a point when I'm playing and I'm coming down making tackles, the all the coaching staff was like, you might as well go to what I play is hybrid, and they put me at free safety. I don't play that, but I'm not gonna say I don't play that. I'm an athlete. I can play any corner, free safety, any of those positions, but when we couldn't have no linebacker tackle and they saw me tackle, the coaching staff was like, "We're going. Do you want to move down and help the better the team, or we like you at both? You can play either or. It's up to you." And I chose. I'm like, I can make plays. I like to make plays, so I went where
Right.
the competition was at.
Right. No, for sure. So, with you entering the draft, I know there's been a lot of scouts asking you what position do you feel more comfortable at, and what is that? What position do you feel the most comfortable?
Most comes I say would be hybrid, strong safety, and outside linebacker. But when the combines, what I ask me is, I tell them I could play all positions because you can't limit yourself to just this one.
Right. No, for sure, for sure. I think that's big in this day and age with the NFL and UFL, CFL. A lot of players like you now play safety and they can play linebacker because you got the running backs so fast now, the tight ends fast. So you need somebody like you in a lot of these defenses. So then you go to the FCS Bowl. That was in where was it in Florida?
Yeah, Daytona.
How
Yeah.
yeah, Daytona. How was that? I know that was a crazy experience.
It's when I can truly be real with people is it's a good experience, but it's also not. Like
Okay.
I enjoyed the time of just like practicing with other teammates, other guys, great guys. I great bonds with when I was playing with them, but just the outside of football, it wasn't really that what people think it is. So
Okay.
yeah.
Why you say that? Why the outside of football?
Um, I could just say off of just because when you go to an Oscar game, you're expecting to be in a decent, a good hotel where you can get your mind and everything together. The
Right.
hotel wasn't really up to date, but I'm grateful just to get the experience and the time to
Sure.
go and play
Sure.
because so it's like I'm not gonna fault the hotel part above it, but the football aspect wasn't learning from new coaches and playing with new guys was a great experience and fun.
For sure. For sure. How was the competition level there? Was there a lot of guys that you could see in the NFL? Was there a lot of what I'm saying? Was there a lot of guys there like that?
Yeah, I seen a lot of great talent there. It was, and when I played with them, it was a lot of great defensive linemen that I feel like is going to do well and possibly be in the league upcoming this season. And it was a lot of great everything, really great receivers, good defense, good D backs, good safeties. In my group was, and then the quarterbacks had their moments, but I feel like they can
Right.
do their thing as well. I ain't gonna doubt nobody. I feel like everybody should be able to have the opportunity to make it.
For sure. For sure. So then you make the decision to enter the draft. What was that decision though? How did it come to that decision?
I sat down with my agent and my family and my fiance and my brothers and was like, basically was like they was like you're the last one to do it in our group. So with that was being said, it was like you had the opportunity to do this, and when you take the opportunity, you gotta know you gotta be full head of steam with it, and that's what I decided to do.
For sure, for sure. And then with you entering the UFL and CFL, not limiting yourself to just the NFL.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm all for all. I'm in the right now. I'm in the IFL, coming to IFL season, so I'm great. I'm looking forward to any pro team because all it takes is one time, one
Mm-hmm.
year, one
No,
good
no.
set of film, and they can get you to the NFL, IFL, XFL, CFL. So I tell people and all athletes, don't limit yourself to one league because you don't know what you could have in the indoor league. Indoor league can put you up to the top, and people get traded to the CFL and off of practice film,
Mm-hmm.
game film, one game, two games. You never know. You just gotta be grateful on the opportunities that God give you. And I feel
No,
like
for
people don't take
sure.
advantage. I feel like people don't take advantage of that.
Yeah, they don't. They don't. All these leagues definitely help now, especially
Yeah.
football.
They think
Get a
they're
lot
too
of
good
people.
for it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like you said, you in the IFL, you signed with the Tulsa Oilers. How was that? What was that decision on? Like, when did they reach out? And how did that all happen?
So when I got with my agent, we sat down. He sent my film up to a whole bunch of coaches, and they got back to him in like a couple days, like probably like 2 or 3 days after he sent it out, or however long that was. And he called me, was like, they interested in you, and he gonna call you and talk all this stuff, all the business stuff, paperwork and stuff you need to sign, and money and all
Mhm.
that stuff comes along. And when he sent it, when the coach called me and talked to me, I took a couple minutes to talk to my fiance. It was like, maybe this is a sign that God wants me to sign this and take this chance. And she said, I believe you should do it, and because you'll never know, you might know what you might not get after that. And
Right.
after I signed with them, I can't remember what I signed a while ago, but after I signed with them, it was in December. It was before the FCS Bowl, a little before that.
Okay.
So I got picked up pretty early
Yeah,
because I
you
was
did.
because I got as soon as the season over, I got picked up probably like 2 3 weeks after that. And the reason why they signed me is because I could play multiple positions and I was versatile for my size and speed and stuff like that. So I
Okay,
appreciate the coaches for even giving me the opportunity to do that.
for sure. Yeah, you did get signed pretty fast. It was like right after the in your
Yeah.
collegiate career, you signed them to a pro team. How have you adjusted though to playing indoor as far as
Um,
playing outdoor?
I fully haven't got to adjusted to it yet until I really put my feet into that turf and to the indoor side. But I mean, the stuff I'm training for, when you train for indoor, it's just like training for outdoor season. The only difference is your footing and how you and what you're wearing and how you want to attack the game. And at the end of the day, it's all about knowledge and what you're learning from what you're doing. So I feel like it's gonna be a good transition.
For sure, for sure. Then when does that season start?
We start March 22nd, I think, and we start camp March 1st. So we got a week or
Okay.
two to get all that stuff together.
Okay. So this season you won't be if you gets drafted or signed to a UFL team, you won't be able to play with that this year.
So what happens with the IFL is I can go sign to a XFL, CFL, NFL team, and when that season is over, say if I finish that season with them, I can still come back and play with them. Or if I get cut from the XFL or any of the things, I still have a contract to play with them. I just can't play for nobody in the IFL league.
Other than the team you signed with.
Yeah, besides them, but
Okay.
I can go play up right now, and if I get cut tomorrow, I can come right back to Tulsa and play with them.
Okay, okay. That's good. That's nice and good for athletes like you. Yeah, that's tough. So will you still do the combines and things like that for UFL and the NFL, things like that?
Yeah. I'm never gonna limit to myself. Nothing limit to myself in anything being short. Because at the end of the day, I'm training for those things, and when that training for all that times that it translates to the field. So
No,
either if I get an invite to a NFL team right now, they're still going to test me on a 40-yard dash and do the 40 combines regardless.
for
So I
sure.
tell everybody who's out there to focus on that still and still get your training in.
For sure. For sure. Now with that, like you said, this is all about combine right now for, draft prospects. How have you been preparing for that?
So I signed with a new team, a true training team. that's
Hmm.
going to be coming out soon. I ain't really tell nobody yet because I just got into the things of it.
Okay.
But what we've been training with, I've been doing my DB coach as well, is just working on the stuff that, the typical stuff you need to work on outside of just combine, because it's not all about the combine, but
Right.
you still got to work on the little things, the quick twitches and the breaking 45, breaking 90 and stuff like that. You still got to do those figure eights and stuff. And this
For sure.
added on top of that, you still got agilities you still got to work on. But that's my main focus right now, is just to transform my body into being more flexible so I can make these big time plays. Because stretching is very important, and that's how people stay in the league longer. And a lot of people don't realize that it's the stretch. So I've been more flexible, working on explosion speed, agility, and just physical, just being and good with my feet. Feet
Right.
first. As a DB, I want to make my feet should be my best thing on my as on me.
Yeah, for sure. As a DB, yeah, that's
Yeah.
big as a DB, for sure.
Feet and eyes is what I'm trying to work on, and getting better in the film room, because people studying more, just to study on the game more.
Sure, that's big. Yeah, film is big too. Knowing what somebody is doing will make your job a lot easier, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. Where is that here in the DMV, or you guys
yeah,
training?
it's in the DMV area.
Okay, okay. And so just looking back, on your career so far, what moments you think was the ultimate like moment, that you think stirred you into the direction you at now, or made you who you are now?
I feel like what Stern was my first year of college, going to my sophomore year. I feel like me going to Bethany in that 3-3 program and didn't really see the field like that kind of opened my
Hmm.
eyes. It was like, do I still want to play? And then move transfer into JUCO. That really showed me that football is really what it's supposed to be. Like, and people don't get that. So people don't get that. If you going, if you, like I tell y'all, a lot of younger kids, if you're gonna go JUCO, it's really about you going. It's really about life. Like your mental got to be up to par, and it's a dog eat free world out here. So if you ain't ready for what's coming with it, they'd cut you and send you home and take your equipment and you sit on the sideline. So
No, no, sure.
yeah,
For
so
sure. Nah,
I
yeah,
understand that, and I learned that once I got that when I got the time to play and felt that competition and someone's always coming to take your spot and. You might never get it back in that's in all levels, but JUCO taught me a valuable lesson.
for sure, for sure. I hear that a lot from
Yeah,
JUCO athletes. Like JUCO, it's not a game.
it's not for the weak.
Sure, for sure, for sure. Now we down to the last three. Call these a spicy jump. Switch it up a little bit. First one, with you being the Eagles fan, sadly, Super Bowl coming. Who you got, Eagles or you think Mahomes
I'm
will
gonna go
get y'all?
ahead. I feel like this year we should get them last. Than 2 years ago, we had a tough time slowing them down, but this year I feel like it's our time with Saquon. It's kind of hard to stop the Eagles' offense, even though people downplay Jalen Hurts for so much and
For
hate him
sure.
so much, and he does what he's supposed to do when it's time to do it. And you got to figure out if you can stop him, Saquon, or Jalen Brown, AJ. Yeah, I mean Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, and then you got Ghana in the tight end position. You got weapons everywhere you look at, and the defense
Yeah,
is
yeah.
more and more getting better every single game. When you got a lot of rookies coming in here helping the defense out, and
Mm-hmm.
it started with the front four,
For sure, for
front
sure.
seven. So
Definitely.
when you can't stop the front seven, it's hard for you to throw the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. This is this. I think this will be the year for y'all to beat them. Like you said, y'all a lot better from 2 years ago,
Yeah,
and they kind of not that much better from 2 years ago. So this will be the year for y'all. Uh, Second, top five. I just say like defensive players. Since you're more of a versatile player, it could be DN, safeties, linebacker, just top five straight dogs. You say on
I'm
defense
I'm gonna say from my stand, my length aside, I'm gonna go with KJ Hamlin,
for
fits
sure.
my caliber. I'm gonna use. I'm gonna go throwbacks from old. I'm gonna do Ed Reed as my throwback for my
Okay,
safeties. I'm gonna do Brian Dawkins for sure.
for sure.
I'm gonna do Frank what's the linebacker for the 49ers? The middle
Um,
linebacker. Frank Warner. I'm gonna do Frank Warner.
Yeah, okay, Fred Warner, yeah.
Swim my fourth one because he can go sideline to sideline. I'm gonna throw a corner out there. I'm gonna do Patrick Surtain because he's a tall, lanky tall, lanky DB who can got great feet. So I'm gonna use them
For
five
sure.
right there.
For sure. I like yeah, it's a tough five. All those definitely are dogs and tough. Now what you going last jump? What you going to a couple PWIs and HBCU? Which one you choosing? HBCU or PWI?
I'm gonna always pick the HBCU. That was the even though with the experience we had back then, but that I'm always gonna do HBCU. That's just brand. It just feels more comfortable being out there. Where
For sure.
everybody like just people you feel like it's people you know than PWI. So
For sure. For sure. For sure. Feel
yeah,
that. Yeah, for sure. But that's all I have for you, Brody. Praying and wishing you well with, the Oilers. And then if hopefully, you get that UFL, NFL call sooner than later. For sure.
appreciate you for having me on. And hey man, you keep doing your thing, man. It's good to see brothers in the same area just being successful. That's the hardest thing about this generation, and especially where we from. Everybody don't want to say a lot of people win. So